Well, hey, we live. We back at the show. You know, it's SHEcago Talks, the Women's Wellness and Wealth Workshop. We got some spiritual people coming in. Apologize. I know you guys saw the thing out there for the actress. Something came up, emergency. Be back following week. But hey, we got that. And, you know, we always got our people that come in, and that will happen after we continue. Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right. SHEcago100@gmail.com. And join the conversation on SHEcago Talks Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. And watch your wellness and your wealth rocketed out of this world. That's right. Come get the 911 on the 411. For women, from women. Hurry. Remember, it's a Her World Media production. All women, all the time. Hashtag shift the spotlight. Well, hey. Hey, Danielle.
Hey, and
Hey. Well, you know, I know people seen the thing I put out. I had an actress coming on, but a last minute kink in the planning. She had to do something else. But hey, that's no problem. We got some other people on. Hey, we got our behind the scene person. You always say CN now, Danielle. So hey, woohoo, we got her. And we got another young lady, Dana. She was from the school we went to, so she'll be in. Matter of fact, that's her texting me now because she wanted to know it's a little late. She just making it home. Is you still going? Like I tell Danielle, I'm going rain, sleet, or snow. 6:05, 6. I'm doing the show. So here I am. And of course, SHEcago Talks. I kind of tweaked the name is the Woman's Wellness and Wealth Workshop, because that's what you can talk about. We're going to talk about the wellness, talking about getting some wealth, and it's a workshop, but it's an open workshop. You can pop in, you can pop out. You can't do that with regular TV. I know Danielle was like, and I'm like, hey, they can come in. I can't hold nobody. All I need is you to come in, because you know what? You still give me content. Somebody still see your little face on TV. If it's only 15 seconds of prime time, you got it. So I had, man, you know, listen to Danielle. I was trying to be professional as a professional producer, you know, write some questions. I got all geeked. I wrote them out. I sent them to the guests, and she had a fire to go to. Hey, it happens. But one of the questions was, to you, is wellness and wealth a part of a conversation of life? Is that something people have? I mean, I have it now because I've been sick and I'm old, but you know, I don't know.
You is not old.
Oh, well, thank you. Make me feel, you're gonna make me blush on internet, Danielle. Woohoo! Danielle in the house.
I think that is a conversation that needs to be had more. And then it's a conversation I think that it all depends on what circle you in. That you have it, some have it, some don't.
Like Maybeth was saying, men, we usually don't, let nobody know when something going on. We like John Wayne, we all good, knowing damn well we walk around the corner, we gonna fall out. But we gonna play it off. That's just what men do. We don't, I'm hurting.
Why do men do that? Why the men can't set their ego and pride aside and open up for help?
For me, it's like I'm the oldest of my family. I'm the oldest brother. I have a twin, but I'm 2 minutes older than him. But I consider I'm the man up under that piece under my dad. I was it. I was holding it down. I'm it. Oh man, that's his big brother. Although it was kind of funny, I had people in the neighborhood. They had brothers and sisters damn near old as my mom. I couldn't fight them, but I was still the oldest. So, and the oldest, you can't show no weakness. You can't do this. You can't do that. And so, hey, I just that what came in me, and that's what I used to tell my brothers. And I probably was wrong. I always telling them, "Hey man up, man up. Don't act like no sissy," because that's what you heard in the streets too. You don't want to cry in front of the girls because some of the girls you like and they like you. You can't look weak. You hurt. You just your arm, your eye falling out. You just hold it and get home, and then you cry. But you can't cry in the streets. No, that's not what we do. You trying to be the man up in the piece. I know Miss Professor Maybeth probably, she's looking quiet, but I know she got something explosive to say about that. I can see it on her face. Look at it. Woo, here it comes.
No.
Booyah. What?
No, I always have something to say, but this is a current event thing that I wanted to discuss, and I didn't want to intrude on your conversation.
Oh, I'm just
The
I'm
new
just serving
panelist
time.
is.
Oh, this is our behind the scenes engineer, Danielle. You always heard her voice.
Oh, how nice.
Like Charlie Angels.
How nice. How nice to
Hello,
meet you. It's a pleasure meeting you, because Anthony refers to you as you're my engineer. I just thought that was a ghost person.
She is. She's the ghost commander. Now y'all know I don't do the magic by myself. Oh well.
Okay, but you are capable, my brother.
Oh man, you gonna make me blush on the internet too. Oh wow. So what's going on with you, Miss Maybeth, the professor? I know you got you've been out saving, put the world together.
No,
the revolution.
I just have been in the community because I do marketing. And
whispering about the revolution.
Yeah, that's about it. All it has been and all it will be, because we're not equipped as a people to fight anyone. We're fighting amongst each other.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Yeah, it's like that.
Man,
but I heard Jeff Bezos, the richest white person in Illinois, say, liken Chicago to Afghanistan.
Oh, okay.
But that's a deep fallacy, because the United States government poured $300 million, it is estimated, a day into Afghanistan. And what would our communities be like if $300 million was poured?
I think Mr. Bezos wasn't talking about the whole Chicago. I think he was talking about our neighborhoods.
Well, I heard a professor from northeastern Illinois. Unfortunately, it was like 7 or 6 in the morning. I didn't have my usual scratch pad and pen by my bed on my bedstand, which is a failing I never do. Talking about hot spots, quote unquote, hot spots. He didn't use the word ghetto, which was not coined for Black people. It was coined during the Second World War, when the Nazis put the so-called Jews in specific areas that only they could be in. But this man said that Black males, he named and said he called Black males who are unattached to the community and angry because A, the public school systems offered no education, B, there are no jobs after you get trained, and C, families were fragmented, were acting out in violence. And so this particular person, 9 or 32, was talking about there needs to be a program to address this. Well, what I wanted to do was to scream and shout that there was no program put in place for people of color pre or post slavery. Our communities have no growth. Schools, the teachers in some instances can't and are not equipped to teach. Young people don't learn anything that's applicable in today's world. And there aren't any jobs that you don't have to go to West Hill to get. And they are largely minimum payment on our jobs. So I found that was ridiculous and insulting to blame people who are being victimized for their situation. But that's the way I feel today.
Wow. Hey, but you know what? I was thinking. I was looking at. Well, just my thoughts. Like I was telling anybody, I was telling some of the guys in the army I was with. You know, I what I've seen and experienced. If some of my community that went to school with me caused problems in classes and all this, if we all just took the little education was in there, and I think if the playing field was fair about jobs and stuff, I think our community would go well just on that, giving us the little bit.
You are very
have the new books. I still think we do great. If
you are very correct. You are very correct. We built this world, period. We built this world, and we built the United States during the time of the prior to the American Revolutionary War, in which we people of color not voted, but fought on the side of the revolutionary, the George Washington army folks. The value of slaves in this country was more than the land itself and what was on the land. Each time Black communities have risen and become self-sufficient, like in the situation with Oklahoma. In New York, there was a place called Freedom Village, which is now Central Park. That was a place where freed Blacks could go, and Blacks from the Caribbean could go when they had a viable community. That land was taken first, burned down. The houses were burned down, and then the city of New York, post-revolutionary period, used eminent domain to take the land. If you look in Chicago, around what is now King Drive, when it was South Park Avenue, and then if you look on State Street, those houses which were there, which were inhabited by Black people, they were taken under the law of eminent domain, and other kinds of housing were put there. The public housing was put there because Old Man Daly at the time said he didn't want Black people to go past a certain street. And in Chicago, you find that we had a very viable community before the anti-segregation and community legislation was put into effect. Because I came up in Bronzeville when it was hot and popping. My father had businesses on 51st Street. 47th Street was incredible. 63rd Street was truly the bomb, with shopping and commerce and industry, of course, but Black folks were contained. 63rd Street West, where now you have Kennedy King and Whole Food, they're waiting for gentrification to take the land. It's like a war zone over there because of the number of vacant and abandoned property and disheveled buildings and so forth. But each time Black folks in this country, and the same is true of some areas in the South, where Black people rose in communities and became prosperous, white people decided that wasn't going to happen. We haven't been given a level playing ground. We didn't get 40 acres.
Because I don't know why they got a piano over there.
What piano?
Jeffro want to know why we got a piano, although Jeffro can't play a piano. But he want to know why I got a piano.
You don't have a piano, and I don't have one in this room. Yes, Miss White does have a piano.
Oh,
yeah, right. You expected that.
That's why Jeffro want to know about that. He want to know about you, little Maybeth with a piano.
What I'm saying is that the playing ground has never been level for people in this country, and that is to blame folks for. I'm not condoning violence, but I know that prosperity is not in our community. And so it is unfortunate, but fortunate at the same time, that the folks who were shooting up on the north side understand that's where the wealth, the stability, and the money is. And I become very angry when I hear people say, of course, of color. That's not what happens in this neighborhood. And I want to go, well, why in the hell is that not happening in your neighborhood? It's because it's happening in mine. So. Right. That's my piece.
And I was doing some research, going through, listening to some women speak. So I got a couple of clips. you got some young women. I kind of agree and I kind of not agree, but when you guys wasn't here, I was holding it down. So I was telling them that over wealth, I wanted wellness. So I got a young lady named Chloe Hakeem. She kind of put that out. I'm gonna listen to this little 30-second clip right quick.
And for all people, we're probably a little scared. So, in the spirit of new friendships, it's time to overshare. We're going to dive into my quarter life crisis to work through how I believe that following purpose has kind of kept us stuck. And really, we should be focusing on wellness, and I believe that that will give us the answers we've been searching for.
How are we going to be well in a place where our food is processed, pre-processed, and the food that's outdated and dates where expiration are happening are trucked automatically into our community?
So it sounds like a conspiracy. You give me the money, but then the food killed me.
Well, there's a folk singer by the name of Richie Havens who sang in the 1960s when I was a kid. And he sings this song, "What You Gonna Do About Me?" And in the song, he says, "The food you give our kids causes their disease." Why is it that you go along the main streets like State Street and others, and you see it says, there's a building says liver and kidney diseases or a dialysis center? This is caused by the ingestion of the food that we get that's processed and put in these food depository centers, AKA grocery stores. This food is not meant to help us, to enliven us, to help build our bodies. It's largely starch, fat, and fried. And it contributes to the high level of diabetes we have and the obesity in our community. How are you going to be well and to produce when your brain is clouded and your system? We talked about this last week, where most people can't eliminate. That's why you need probiotics, because of the way we're eating now, because we don't eat enough roughage, enough fresh food in our diet. So, I can go on and on and on about this, but as an educator and as a person who's in the community, I see it. I see you go into the places where you get the gas and everything, and they're nothing but potato chips and all sorts of candies, all sorts of colors. And kids get their little extra money. They go in and they buy these things. And in the morning, I've seen children eating bags of Fritos, Cheetos, whatever, and potato chips. And they go to school. How can you think with an unclear mind? When I traveled, and one time I was in Europe, and I was in Switzerland, and I went to a grocery store, rare thing, because they usually shop every day in some of the small towns. And I asked one of the butcher who had all the meat freshly killed on butcher paper, brown paper, open, not packaged. And I said, well, this is something new for me because I'm American. I go to a supermarket. The guy laughed. He said, yeah, a lot of additives in your stuff. And I'm going like, what do you mean? He said, in Switzerland, we only allow 3 additives in our food. 3. And we've got hundreds of combinations. When I go overseas, well, when I'm in America, I can't drink any dairy. I can't drink pops. I can't do wheat. I can't do bread. But when I even go to Mexico, I can eat everything. I can have ice cream. I can drink pop. I can have bread.
And they call them the third world countries, huh?
And when I go to Europe, I can eat all of the food. Something is going on with the food we get. And the water is over-chlorinated, which means it doesn't restore and revive our cells. And it doesn't do the purpose of what water is supposed to do. It's supposed to restore and enrich our cells, clean them out. But our water is hydrogenated. Not hydrogenated, but it's chlorinated. And the chlorine kills the water molecules.
So in essence, if we did have some more percentage of our wellness was up, we probably could attack our wealth.
Exactly. Healthy bodies, healthy minds.
Wow. So, hey, we have this Camilla Stevenson. I think she was a track star in college and that. She kind of alludes to this. Let's take a little crack at her little clip.
But here's the question. how healthy can you get? Can you see yourself with a flatter stomach, few extra muscles, get into them jeans you want to get into? I know all about that. And running around live, vibrant, and full of energy with your family? What would the healthiest version of you look like? See, these are questions and tough decisions that must be addressed now. You don't.
That is so true. I mean, coming up, we didn't have money to go to the store for to eat in school. So I had to come home for school. My mama stayed home and didn't work until I was in my teens. But I find that there was a lower percentage of certain illnesses, like diabetes. That was unheard of when I was coming up. People had diabetes. What is that? And it was rare that you heard of anybody having cancer. But now it's an everyday thing.
Definitely not no kids. We didn't hear kids having that.
The other thing is that women have to go to work. And going to work means many times if the time is not allocated properly, that they don't cook. And the food they get is from places where there's stuff sprayed on it or is soaked on so that the food would last, the vegetables, if they buy that, if not in the freezer counter, so they last longer. We are responding to what we eat, what we put in our bodies. And it is the way it is. That's why that concept of whole, WHOLE, food and the market came about. Food that's not tampered with, but you have to have some money to go to Whole Foods. Or you can have a link card, but you got to have some money and you have to have time to plan meals and to cook meals. I used to volunteer at a food pantry, not a food pantry, but a nutrition site. And yeah, it was a food pantry.
So Danielle, what's your take on this wellness and health stuff?
Okay, wait, hold on. I got a question for Maybeth. Okay, so like, what changed like from your time to now? Like, what was it that? Well, I ain't gonna say now because it's like okay.
No, that's fine. I grew up in the 60s and the
my time, so I'm gonna say maybe like
what changed?
30 years
what changed?
Ago.
A lot
like,
of things changed.
Your time to like
right
years ago, like when the Cheetos and all
30
that
years
started
ago.
coming
That's
out,
correct. What changed? What changed is
like,
the fact.
what was it to change? Like
what
from
changed
your time from growing up
until
and
now?
how you
what has changed is the fact
like
that
Cheetos and all that came as number one as opposed to the families in the household cooking and providing more nutritious meals. Because like even for me growing up, like with my grandmother, like we had a lot of vegetables, but more so like with me growing up, it became microwave.
Okay, see,
so it was like, okay, how did we allow that transition to come in where we was like, okay,
because women are not at home and women work. Most of the women I know had to work. And there wasn't that extended family where you had 3 or 4 generations of people in the home. That's what I experienced. Okay. My folks came up from the South, and the older people, the older women stayed home. Everybody went out and worked. Okay. And they cooked. They cooked greens and beans and beets and all of that, cornbread and oatmeal and cooked cereal, not boxed cereal. For us, and we had healthy food, and we had minimum sweet things. We had that on Sunday. So the change is what society has put on women to have to go out into the world, not have the extended family, and have to have quick meals. Because the idea now is to feed your family coming home from work. If you have to be at work, and I know some women when I work for the state who had families, they had to be at work at 7:30 so they could leave at 4 or 3:30. And they would be talking to their kid at 8:30. Are you up? Did you eat that cereal? Drink your milk? Call me when you get to school? That kind of thing. So it's a lack of support that women and families have. It's not an extended family anymore. That's the difference I see.
So the wellness of family life is deteriorating.
It has totally changed. I don't know if it deteriorated, but I know it has changed.
Still got mom and dad somewhere.
Yeah, but sometimes they're not in the home. But I know there was wholesale cooking in my house all the time.
So the dynamics changed.
Exactly. Because I had an uncle who worked at the stockyard, And so there had to
Chicken
be a
wings
meal every night for him.
every night, huh?
Every single night. And on Sunday, when we had the big family meal, everyone sat down. There were always 2 kinds of meat on the table, 3 or 4 vegetables, that kind of thing.
My mother couldn't cook none of that. It would, if it was on the table, it was.
Okay, well,
My mother just couldn't cook.
Well, she just couldn't cook, but you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know if the food was that good. I know, but we ate it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we ate it.
That's what we had to do.
To answer your question, Danielle, is what has changed. The microwave. And even just a few years ago, a microwave was not allowed in my kitchen. Because my folks were like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You mean you got to crank up the oven just to warm something up?
I was a vegetarian for 10 years. And I stopped doing that because it just messed up everything in my system, because I didn't really know how to work the diet, the vegetarian diet. Okay. But a microwave, certain people I know still don't have a microwave. I got one though. But the way the dynamics of society has caused everything to change. If your child is hungry and you picking your kid up after working, after getting up at 5:30, leaving out the house at 6 to get to work. And women at my receptionist was like that. She had to call her kid between 8:15 and 8:30, make sure he got his brother and they were ready to go to work, go to school. And he would call her when he got home in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. She's still at work because she don't leave till 4. And when she gets home, you think she's going to do a whole big meal thing when she's got an hour and a half worth of homework for 2 kids to do? No. So she may stop off and buy some burgers or some chicken or something on the way home. So I don't get a sense of, she wants to feed her kids, get her kids in the bed, talk to them if she talks to them after doing homework, and put their clothes out for the next day.
So how do we get back to this wellness, Maybeth? Then
it's difficult to be well in this society. Plus the fact that we're under constant stress, which we're not really aware of. My acupuncture doctor told me that there are solar flares going off in the heaven, well, the sun, and it's affecting us. We're having all these problems with our environment, but of course, that's also because of the environmental issues. Where Mother Earth has been exploited, and she's saying, "F all of y'all," and I'm gonna show you what I can do: earthquakes and winds. But then the other thing I can say, I'm being funny but serious at the same time. When Marcus Garvey, who'd been framed about collecting money for ships to bring people back to Africa, take people back to Africa, he got framed. When he was getting ready to be put in prison, he said, "Hey, I want to let you know that our ancestors will come back at you in a whirlwind." And I always think of that when they talk about tornadoes and hurricanes and how the storms were virulent and destroyed everything. I said, the ancestors.
But you know what? I've been here so long, I don't want to go back.
Thing is
go back to what? Oh, you want to go back to some parts of Africa? So slick. You would.
I know they're slick, but I if they're gonna treat me better than America, yeah, I might go back.
Well, they'll treat you the way your money dictates you be treated. Because I've gone to different parts of Africa, there were very few blacks, regular people, and I didn't have any problems because I had the money.
No, I want to be treated right, even if I don't have no money.
Well, you know what?
Why can't you treat me right because I ain't got no money? That's just like picking a woman. I ain't got no money. She gonna really not love me, or she only gonna love me because I got money.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something.
I'm trying to be jovial about it.
I know. I was gonna say something slick, but I ain't gonna say
something slick. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. But the point is, someone said that this is an imitation of life. Yeah, Marvin Gaye sang. He said, "This ain't living. This ain't living."
And they made a movie about that imitation, like the little mixed girl didn't like her mama.
There are two. Yeah, the last one was Imitation of Life, where a so-called light-skinned woman.
Yeah, didn't like her mama.
Yeah, but we're not living life. We're living an imitation of life, and the society, the government, the banks, the corporations has made it be like this for Black folks. And you're supposed to do something. If you don't act out you kill yourself. So
man,
after
we fighting just to get well. We need some wellness in the
no,
land.
we're fighting to survive, Anthony, not to get well.
Not
Well
to get
is
well?
a goal.
Is a
Well
goal?
is a goal. It's a goal.
Wow.
Goal. Goal. It's a goal.
I'm scared now.
Well,
I'm
you
just
should
living.
be. You're an African American male. I mean, you know, who knows?
They hunting me like the
They
lions,
hunt
huh?
everybody. I've been pulled over, and I'm a little teacher going to school. I got pulled over, like,
No.
and the policeman asked me, "Well, this your car?" I was going like, "Well, I make payments, you know." Huh.
Oh, you're a smart ass.
Yeah, but I cooled that. I stopped that because one of
Oh.
my colleagues at Malcolm X got pulled out of her Mercedes Benz in
Okay.
Hyde Park at 53rd Street, where the shopping mall is.
Yeah.
And the man didn't beat her, but he dragged her out of her Mercedes and took her to the station on 47th Street. And happily, people had taken, you know, snapshots and video of the thing. And the desk sergeant, when he gave her a shirt to put on, because the man had ripped her blouse, this is a woman. He said, "You need to call your attorney." So it pays to be quiet. I don't think, you know, it pays to be quiet.
Well, hey, girls, ladies, I'm glad y'all came into the show. Any last things, Danielle?
I want to talk
say.
about substance abuse treatment
Can
at FOLA Agency at 8014 South Ashland. If you need outpatient alcohol, drug, opiate assistance, they can treat you. If you don't have the money, we can work out a plan. It's an agency that is run by people of color. That phone number is 773.
Hold on a minute. You know, I don't have my engineer.
FOLA.
I got that.
And the address is 8014 South Ashland.
Let's get that number, 773
487
487
4310.
4310.
Yeah, make that call, because you know, I have to say this before we leave. People are screaming Black Lives Matter, but I always also add the quality of Black lives should matter. And no one's talking about the quality of our life. We have to be concerned about the quality of our lives. And what these women were trying to promote is get healthy. If you're healthy, your brain works correctly. Your body.
Does it?
Sergeant?
Does it? It really?
It works if you're healthy. There's a brain, body, a gut connection.
What's that last four of that number?
4310 773 487 4310. 4310. FOLA Agency on the south side of Chicago, 8014 South Ashland Avenue. It's up to you. Every day is a chance to make a better life. Good. Thank you so much.
Man, so I don't know, man. Look like what we gonna do about this wellness thing, you know?
It's a mental, it's a spiritual. We talk about spiritual wellness as well. That is something we need to discuss about wellness in terms of our spirit. That governs how our life quality is. And a lot of people have not, they don't understand. They think that the world is fulfilled for them when they have things. But it's your spirit, it's your mind and your body in totality. It's that circle, that 360 degrees. We're a full thing. We're a full thing. Thank you for the numbers. It's nice meeting you, Danielle.
Nice meeting you too, Maybeth. Okay, and what?
So hey guys, I appreciate y'all.
No, wait, whoa, please. This is SHEcago. We're not guys. We're female.
I mean,
okay, please. I know. But let's be very clear. We are female.
People, I'm people. I'm glad you came in. You know, I know we got to have all these pronouns got to be correct.
We're not male, and we're not glorified when you call us male. We are female, a unique, special, divine.
Hey, this is you talking to Tony, baby. I know what's going on.
Don't refer to us as male, please. You guys, no.
And you know what? I'm gonna send y'all out with a commercial. Thank you, Maybeth and Danielle.
Talk to you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, it's your buddy AJ Williams, the media guy. It's that time for your wellness and your wealth to reach new highs, to expand the universe. So give us a call, 312-686-4097, or email us at SHEcago100@gmail.com. That's right, SHEcago100@gmail.com. And join the conversation on SHEcago Talks Live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and watch your wellness and your wealth rocketed out of this world. That's right. Come get the 911 on the 411. For women, from women. Hurry. Remember, it's a Her World Media production. All women, all the time. # Ship the Spotlight.